Hi guys, today we're going to learn about an artist named Georgia O'Keeffe. Georgia O'Keeffe is an American painter. She is from Wisconsin, and she's most known for her flower paintings, but she also painted the desert. She painted skulls, which is kind of creepy, and she painted seashells. So a lot of what she painted was objects that you'd find in nature. Although she's most famous for her flower pictures, that she did focus on other things as well. So this is one of her paintings, and all of her flower pictures fill the page and are pretty large scale. She worked really on big canvases. So that's Georgia O'Keeffe. I'm going to include a link so that you can learn more about her from that link. Today we're going to start learning how to draw some flowers, ones that you would see outside. They're starting to bloom. So we're going to learn how to draw daffodils, and we're going to learn how to draw tulips today. So on this picture, I'm going to show you how to draw a daffodil. You're going to start with a U, and then across the top you're going to connect it by making a wavy oval. You're going to add another tiny U, and then you're going to add 3 little lines. While I'm teaching you how to do this, when you're watching it at home, you can slow down and you can pause in between the steps. On top of those little lines, you're going to draw circles. But I know I drew that pretty fast, so at home, just pause it. So for a daffodil, that's the first shape, is that U shape, but then you're going to go around and you're going to add petals. Your petals can go off the page, or you can make them fit on the page depending on the size of the flower that you drew. So a petal is like a U shape with a point on the end. So when you're drawing your petals, just draw a U and then make a point on the end. So U shape, point on the end. Your petals can be all different sizes. So that's how you're going to learn to draw a daffodil, is by practicing it and slowing my video down and doing step by step, kind of how we do in the art room. A daffodil is a little bit harder than a tulip. So on the other page, I'm going to show you how to draw a tulip. If you're a kindergartner or a first grader, you're probably going to want to draw the tulip because it's easier. But you could challenge yourself and do the daffodil. But to make a tulip, you're going to draw a U again. You're going to make an upside down U in the middle that touches. You're going to make 2 little hills that connect. And then you're going to do 2 little hills in the background. That's all you have to do to draw a tulip. You can add a stem, and you can add a leaf if you want. Those are my demonstrations on how to draw flowers. So these would be the basic, easy ways to start with your flower. But if you want to challenge yourself, you could do something a little more difficult. You could actually take a flower from outside, if you can find a daffodil, and you can look for different colors of daffodils. So if you want to make an all yellow daffodil, you're going to draw your daffodil and outline it with yellow crayon and just use yellow paint. But you could actually look at a daffodil from the side. You could look at the different colors of daffodils. If you have tulips in your yard, you could do this project outside. So I have tulips outside in my yard, and what I did was I looked outside at what a bunch of tulips would look like together, and so I filled my page with tulips. So you can do a lot of tulips if you're a more advanced art student, or you can just do the basic drawing that I showed you how to do with the black Sharpie. You can use pretty much whatever materials you have at home. So I used crayon and watercolors. So I used 2 shades of green. I used some white for this daffodil. For this tulip, I just used this color of crayon. It was called Cerise but you could choose colors based on what your tulips actually look like. And I used watercolor paints. So all the projects that I'm planning for you during the next couple of weeks, the whole time that we're doing art at home, I'm just using crayons and watercolors. So that was my lesson on Georgia O'Keeffe, and I'm going to include some other links to help you do this project.